Hello! I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. We have been having a mare. Evening, everybody. Archning. It's not me professional setup. That's a bit weird that they can see me there too. Maybe we should turn that a little bit. Yeah. Turn that a little bit. A bit more. Yeah, that's better. I have had a mare trying to get ready. What's this? Greetings, Nannybot type that obviously the only sync Rasta understands is you want the dish. Please, I have more talent in this finger than you have in your old body, Mr. Stander. Anyway, I'm not having a fight with Paul straight away because you know I love you. Hello, my beautiful evening, Richie C. Anyone else, Captain Rex, Archnin? We're all doing great. I'm just going to explain my issues. I am doing something ridiculous tonight because I was so upset about last week's show, and we have downloaded. What are they called? That we downloaded
with the RGB color filters.
That thing. See, because I don't know. We downloaded all these RGB color filters to try and pick up this green, right? That's on Baby Yoda. But so there's these diagrams of what colors your webcams and cameras can capture. Death Revived, what are you saying? And the green that we're using is outside of that color spectrum that cameras can pick up. So we downloaded these filters to try and up the spectrum that we could get. We just can't. So we've had someone try to photograph it with a £2,000 SLR camera, still can't pick up the green. We have had Lee play with it, still can't pick up the green. And we've given up with trying to pick up the green. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to paint Baby Yoda, because I'm a bit of a stubborn guy like that. And I know you can't really see how amazing he is, but he's all finished. And Richie C came and saw little Yoda. I'll show him when we get the top down. And I think Richie C will attest to how ridiculously stunning this model is. Unfortunately, you really can't see any of it. There's these beautiful pinks and beautiful greens. It really is one of the best pieces I've ever done. But I'm struggling to show you it, and I was very upset. I really wanted to do the tutorials on doing that. It's a really popular figure. So I had an idea last week. Can confirm it's awesome. It really is. And we will try and get proper pictures up of it, because that's for sale, right? To you lot. And obviously you guys are going to want to see it. But honestly, you take it on trust. Whoever buys that, if you're not happy with it, I'll refund you the money and take it back. It's that good. I don't really want to get rid of it. So one of them is going to be for sale, and the other one, with his eyes closed, is going to be my next month donator giveaway, right? So someone's going to get the chance to win one just by donating, and one of you, whoever it may be, is going to get the chance to buy the open-eyed one. So, sticking with the theme, the reason why we're running a little bit late was a couple of things. So I had an idea last week, and I genuinely had this because I Googled, and then I realised I wasn't the first person to have this idea. But as far as I'm concerned, I was, right? Because I ain't Googled nothing until... Right. I'm going to do Baby Darth Maul on a Baby Yoda pop. But it's not a normal Baby Yoda pop. It's a bit big, right? And a couple of things I had happen. I have to sculpt in this show. All my putty was dry. I didn't know. Oh, hey Siri, stop the timer. Will you go and get what I need you to get? Your timer has stopped. Thank you, Siri. So I had to go and get putty again after I'd already been there, which I was really late. And then I started sculpting certain things, and I didn't quite read the instructions on the putty, and I nearly burnt the house down. So I had to resculpt everything again really quickly. Alex is just getting it now. That's what my timer was about. Is Siri a decent X-Wing player? Better than me at the moment, Tavern Wars, to be honest. I think my competitive X-Wing career is done and dusted, and I'm just going to focus on painting. Siri's still listening to me, unfortunately. Let's stop her. Okay. So Alex is going to get something out of the oven. I'll give you a bit of a hint. That's the body of Baby Yoda that I'm painting today, right? And it's not been undercoated. I've done nothing to this apart from take its head off. So you kind of got an idea how big this model is. It's without that the biggest single figure I've ever painted. Let me show you his head. Look how big it is. Look how big it is. Let me put it in the middle. It's so good. It's undercoated in black at the moment. Baby Yoda says yes. Yes, watch the stream. So this is going to become Baby Maul. I'm going to put horns on him. I'm going to speak to one of my friends next week, and they are going to 3D print me Darth Maul's double-ended lightsaber in this scale, right? Captain Rex, I love you. Last week I was so unprofessional. Are they alive?
They are alive.
Right, I'll show you what happened, right? Okay, so give me one of those. So, right, okay. This is Fimo, and this has just come out of the oven, so it's hard now. This was the first attempt. I read the packet wrong, and I thought it was 200 degrees Celsius, or 220 in fact, and it was 130. So I nearly burnt the house down doing this, and I thought, oh, I can carve it. No, doesn't work. So let's get rid of that, and let's do these new ones that I've just cast out. Oh my God, bigger than your head. And Blue Galaxy, if you ever meet me in real life, I have one of the biggest heads on the planet. I am literally a human bobblehead, because my head's a little bit out of scale, no?
Yeah, well
it is well out of scale. So for that to be bigger than my head, it's big, man. I've been carrying it round the house like real Baby Yoda. And I've got to be honest with you, I'm not sure if this is going to be for sale unless someone offers me a really decent amount of money for this, because I'm going to put a lot of work into this, and it's going to be a one-off, and I don't know if I can even bring myself to sell it, but we'll see, right? Let's have a look. Farmo's crazy stuff to work with. I may have burnt some worse than yours. You that read wrong. What? Animal Baby Maul. That sounds amazing. You that read wrong. I don't get you random, but yes, Baby Maul. We're doing Baby Maul today. Let me do some bookkeeping, which I didn't do last week, because honestly, we've dropped off on a lot of stuff. Subs are really, really important. If you can please sub the channel, please do. If nothing else, if anyone's watching and you haven't pushed the likes or notification buttons, whatever it is on Twitch, please do it. And if you're watching on YouTube, same sort of thing, because they've dropped to nothing, and I spend a fortune putting on these shows, honestly, in fuel and running around and product and modelling equipment and time, right? So anyone that's not subbed, where's Ulfric? I don't know, Clive. You'll have to. I'll ask him. And anyway, Clive Paget, happy birthday, brother. I'm sorry I didn't message you. I have been rushed off my feet with life. But happy birthday, Clive. Clive is one of our biggest supporters and a very, very lovely guy. So I love you, bro. I'm sorry, and my spare room's done. So maybe in a month or two, maybe you'd like to come and spend the weekend with me, and I'll cook you some pasta, because I always promised you would. I use my Prime sub only on this channel and as often as I can. I love you, Random, and I love everyone that's subbed and everyone that supports. Also, I've got a Patreon called Rasta Mace Painting. And if you can afford to Patreon me as little as $2 a month, that's really what keeps this stream running. Without the Patreon donators, that's what makes it worth anything worth my while to do it. So I've done that. Let's talk about giveaways. Let's go split.
Cool. No worries.
Before we do any real work, let's get this out of the way. So what we're doing now is, today I'm not giving anything away. I will be tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to play a game as we used to, just for a bit of fun, because it ties in with what I'm giving away tomorrow. Archnin, I love you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow I have an Inferno Squadron damage deck. Have you got that? I love it. Ow, man, you're so much more prepared than me. What would I do without Nannybot? So now this is a donation from one of the stream viewers, the amazing Richie C. Thank you, Richie C. I love you deeply, mate. So this is Inferno Squadron damage deck. You had to be some bad boy to get one of these. I didn't get one. Stop it. So tomorrow I'm going to be giving away an Inferno Squadron damage deck. Wait. I'm going to be giving away Iden Verso, Del Mico, Sane Marana, and Gideon Hask. Where's the other card? Okay, that is gonna be one prize, a top prize, right? So come back tomorrow for that. There's also, and I'm not necessarily going to give that away tomorrow. I may do this on another week. I have a spot gloss quick draw. You know, the clear plastic cards, right? It's so good, and these are worth a lot of money, and you guys know that. I will be giving this away maybe tomorrow, probably next week. So come back. These are like the free giveaways that everyone's going to be able to enter, just using your spondoolies, which you accrue from watching the stream, or which you accrue from donating, cheering, all that sort of stuff gets you spondoolies. You get them just for watching, all you got to do, and you use those like raffle tickets for these cool prizes. What we're also doing now, I've implemented a whole new thing. So the last Monday show of every single month, I am going to give away an extremely expensive painted piece of art, and that is going to go to the top 5 donators in that month. So as you can see, all Frick's just tipped, other people are tipping, it's all coming up, right? So those people, the top 5 over the month, are going to have their names put into a hat, and this month, you saw me do it on stream, I'm giving away, let's get him in. Oh, ow, where's my focus? Ow, I need some more focus, bruv. You want to focus me up on that? Just give him 10 seconds, because we have focused in for a big head.
Yeah.
Big head. Not my big head. Baby Maul's big head. Okay, a little bit less.
Yeah. No, I'm working on it.
He's coming.
So close. Just there.
Okay. There you go. Like, this is ridiculous, yeah, this model. This is a ridiculous piece. This would be a lot of money if you commissioned this off me, right? So at the end of this month, on the last Monday of the show, one of you 5 top donators will win this for free. Next month, it's going to be Baby Yoda Force Power with his eyes closed, which is a 1-of-1 pop. Again, I'm only doing 2 of those, ever. And this month, just so you know, I have this lovely little guy, and honestly, what I'm showing you here really doesn't do this justice. It's got the most incredible greens and pinks, and it's not even really picking up the work I've done to the clothes and his hands and so on and so forth. This is for sale. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this open for sale for a week until next Monday's show. If anyone is interested, please PM me or send us a message at Weekend Warlords with a bid. The highest bidder will win it, as long as it's not ridiculously low bids. And if there's any ties between the highest bidders, it will go first to a Patreon, it will go second to sub, and then it will go third to anyone after that, if there's a tie in your bids. Okay, so it's going to come in the original box. Honestly, this thing's stunning. You need to see it. So if anyone's interested, please drop us a message. This is for sale. If I don't hear anything, it's going to go up on my page. 99 bid. Private bids, please, Mr. Stander. And no, you get laughed at for 99. In fact, I'm going to send you an abusive message if anyone bids like that. Okay, so this is for sale. Let me know. Right. Oh, come and say hello, Scalouche. So here is. No, you can get past. Come past. Here's my Scalouche. Hi, baby. This is my little girl. This is the reason I do everything in my life. So, say hi to everyone.
Hi.
She's saying, cute. Give me a kiss. All right, I love you. Go and have fun. Be good, yeah. Be good. Okay, I know you're just sitting there, so let's get these out of the way and keep them nice and tidy, and then we're going to get on with some actual model making. Okay, so I'll remind you towards the end of the show, or kind of like 3/4 of the way through, about the giveaways, purely so people get to understand what they're donating for. So, what we've got is, let's get his big head. It just makes me laugh. How ridiculously, but why have I got a burger plate?
Because that was what was under the FOMO, so I didn't carry in.
Okay, fair. So let's take this out. Everything's got bigger today. Remember I had a little paintbrush on the other ones. Now I got really big ones. Are we back, everyone? I'm sorry, the internet died. If you're at... Oh, who kicked the cable, or was it Scarlett logging on? No, honestly, we lost all internet. We're back. Thank God.
It was a Sky.
It was Sky's fault. It wasn't Scarlett. I'm so sorry. Jesus, why'd you lot even tune in? I'm so sorry about that. I don't even know where I was or what I was talking about. So let's get back to it. I hope we haven't lost 1 billion viewers. Let's give you a few minutes to come back on. If you're all there, give us a wave. Say hello in the chat, please. Because we love you. Oh, I love Captain Rex. I love you, pups. You know that, right? I'm going to have to cook you pasta one day as well. So we are back. I hope we're back. I hope you're all hearing us. If there's any problems with the stream anymore, just shout up, please. Oh, no, we haven't got anyone, dude. Have we gone again?
We'll do it in a minute. It's going to take a second for the user numbers to refresh.
Oh, okay, so there are people there.
Yeah.
Let's just give it a couple of minutes. Let's grab my fire mode for me, so I can get that out. Okay. Let's show you what I got here. Ulfric's there. Thank you. Anyone else there? Just chuck up a little emoji or something, just so that I know that people have got me again. They need to refresh the connection. Yeah. Let's just give them a second to refresh their connection. Let's have a bit of vape because I'm stressed even more than I was.
Yeah, man. But you know what? It's just been a day for it.
It has. We'll run a little bit late tonight, that's all.
That's it.
Still showing no one. Okay.
Yeah.
Panic over, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know how we were going to carry on without you, Mr. P. Okay, let's wait a bit.
Yeah, so there's just a couple of people that need to reset the not internet. I'll just refresh it.
Okay, so let's get cracking. So what I'm using today is FIMO. I would have preferred to use Super Sculpey. This is FIMO Professional. So this is coloured modelling putty that you oven bake. Be careful, because when you do it too hot, it fills the house with toxic gases and nearly burns down everything you own. But this stuff is just kneadable, right? And it comes in colours, and you're meant to be able to put all the different colours and actually build something without painting it. My advice, if anyone wants to do that, is your hands need to be the most clean they've ever been, ever.
Gloves.
They need to be the most clean ever, or gloves, like Alex said, because this will discolour. But it doesn't matter to me because I'm using it as a base. I would have preferred to use something called Super Sculpey, which is just a kind of a neutral coloured, again, oven baked clay. I've sculpted this guy out of Super Sculpey. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. It's my little Yoda that I made a long time ago from Clone Wars. So this is Super Sculpey, goes really hard. But I've got FIMO today, and it's really quite easy to use. So all I did with these, because I've got his horns over there, and I'll show you in a second, was I made 6 balls. I made 6 little balls like that. And then this is all we're going to do. We're going to make like a hands, right? Hands are great for sculpting. We've all got them. You don't need any magical tools. So I've kind of got, you can see what I've got, right? And now a little bit of God's moisture, just so that when I put it on this model, it's going to be quite easy to get off. So let's show you what's going on here. So now all I'm trying to do is get a nice little horn shape on Baby Yoda to make him look like Baby Maul, right? It's really simple sculpting technique. This stuff, you can smooth it with, you want to use a bit of moisture, helps a lot. It is a little bit grainy if you over moisten or over attack it. So we get some sort of horn shape that's on his head, and because you've wet it, it should be easy enough to get off without damaging it too much. And then you put it on a silver foil and you bake it in the oven 25 to 30 minutes at 130 degrees Celsius, not 230 degrees Celsius. So let's get that off of him and let's show you what I've got. So I didn't want to go through the whole process of sculpting 6 horns and you have to sit there watching it because it's pretty boring. So, oh wow.
What's up? Are they soft?
Yeah, no, it's okay because they. So I've got 6 that are going to go. 1. Let's get rid of that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I put them in the oven a certain way. 6. Right, there's these 6 horns. So let's fiddle with these now because they've been in the oven. They do go in certain spots. You can see just about how they've got like these indents from where I've put them on the model originally. Like I said, if you keep it wet, it'll allow you to get it so it fits really nice and then get it off and dry it so you've got that kind of crease. So I can even see where that fitted there. So I'm pretty happy with that fit. Any of them that I want to fiddle with, I am going to fiddle with a little bit with my knife now to get it to fit really nice to the body. But that looks pretty good so far. Because Darth Maul's like horns are like these buds. So let's glue that one down. So standard modelling super glue will work.
Evening, Rattler has appeared.
Rattler!
You must have missed everything that went wrong previously. There we go, we're starting to...
Paul, man, can you stop with the smutty comments, Paul? It's a PG stream, bro. Smutty comments on my late night shows. Not now, please. I love you, but I've got to think we've got little ones watching. Okay, first one's on. Okay, now it was this side next. So he fits just like that. Not quite. There he is. There's the fit. Okay, that's that one on. Okay, next one. Let's find the fit point. It's about there. What is that?
What's that?
I thought it was a spider on a spider web attached to my horn, but it was actually a little fly. You alright, little N? You sure? Yeah. Not got corona, have you?
No, I don't.
Do you want a drink?
You choked on a magic star. You've got to chew your chocolate, Scarlett. Nanny bot is nanny botting. I love it. Okay, let's get you on. So I only did 6 horns on this. And I know Darth Maul's got more, but it didn't look right without the with too many. Okay, next one.
Oh, wonder what they're doing. Shoveling and hammering again. Can't be right. It's not a weekend.
And it's not 10 o'clock at night. So we might have to close the door in a minute. We've got the door open at the moment because it's a little bit warm today. I've got a weird reflection on my head, but it doesn't matter. Okay. He's got horns.
How is that not fit?
How is what?
weird reflection.
What reflection on my head?
Yeah.
What is it?
Just magnifying glass there, but they don't clip.
Oh, give us a bit of tape.
Yeah, that's what I've got. There's nothing you can't fix with
This front one needs a little bit of fiddling. I'm not happy with how that's stuck. Let's get a bit more glue under the bottom of that.
Scarlett says hello.
Scarlett Delapina 13. She is 13. Hello.
She is also Scarlett and a Delapina.
And 13. Okay. You what, babe?
Said, oh my god, I'm so smart.
Okay. So you get the idea, right? So he's now got Darth Maul horns. And now I didn't want to put like like the lines that are in his horns. I'm going to paint those. It was much easier to do it like that. That one's not quite happy with that either. Okay. Have I got any green? I wonder. Oh, I have. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get a little bit of this lovely stuff, which is green stuff. I've got quite a bit, as you can see. This is 2-part modelling putty, and this will dry itself just by chemical reaction and mixing the two colours. Let's get a decently clean bit because it's a bit dry. Okay, so no one saw me do that. So here's a tip for working with green. The join line between the two colours will generally go hard. And what you want to do really is cut out that join line. And all I'm doing with this is I want to use it as like a filling, just to get these horns tightened up onto the actual Baby Yoda model. So get rid of this bit in the middle because it's hard and it'll affect your green stuff. And then this just mix. The reason why it's called green stuff is when blue and yellow go together, apparently it turns green. I read that in a book, not that I can tell. See, look, see that there? That's a little bit of hard stuff that I didn't cut out. That's what happens. You get these little bits that have cured. So get rid of that. And again, this likes a bit of moisture. Another little bit of hard. Get rid of that. Craig Cheseltine, thank you for following, and anyone that subbed or donated tonight, thank you again. If you follow, you'll get notifications when we go live, and I do believe once we've had a little chat with Lee at ProTech, I think I'm looking at changing my night, my Tuesday night. So I'm definitely going to always stream on a Monday, but I may well change my Tuesday night to a different night because it's a bit hard to do 2 nights on the trot and be a dad and do all the other stuff I've got to do. So let's just keep mixing this. You get a nice consistent green colour. Okay, so when I'm working with green stuff, let's get some tools out. This is my favourite tool in the world. This is a Wax 5 sculpting tool. This is available from Tyranti Sculpting Limited in the UK. Tiranti. It's called a Wax 5. This is the sculpting tool of choice by Games Workshop sculptors. Okay, I got this from when I used to work in the studio. Okay, and it's like my life, and it doesn't look like it's very delicate, but you would be amazed what this tool and this end does. It's a great metal tool. I also use
move the scalpel blade before you cut yourself.
These are called clay shapers, right? Now these are rubber brushes, and they come in different thicknesses, different densities, and different shapes, right? The darker the grey, the harder the bend, the whiter the grey, the softer it is. These are great for smoothing green. Move your scalpel blade before you cut yourself. Where's my scalpel blade?
It's on the table. It's just a loose blade in
Where?
front of Baby Yoda. Says it's under your hand.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time, Captain Rex, but thank you, my darling. So these are wax clay shapers. These are a really good tool to have. They come in lots of different sizes. These are big ones. And then your metal kind of dentist tools. So all I want to do at the moment is use a little bit of my green. I'm going to make some sausages. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go round these horns. And with this tool, I'm roughly pushing it into the gap. I'm not trying to make it perfect yet. I'll show you in a minute what I'm doing. So, green stuff, the properties of green stuff. As green stuff starts to cure, you can apply more pressure and it won't give as much. But you need to get all your work done while it's wet. You need to get your rough on. When it's wet, it sticks really well. As it dries, it doesn't stick no more, but the properties of the material change. So they allow you to sculpt like you've seen tiny little... I've done some... Have I got anything handy?
What are you looking for?
I haven't got anything handy. I don't think. Maybe in here. To show them an example.
An example of what?
Of green stuff sculpting. Where's my little...
Do you want your troll throwing a golden?
That'll do. So this is just an example of... Oh, you're not going to be able to see. But like there's a C3PO I sculpted years ago. And I used some plastic and I used green. And you can do the proper 25mm sculpting. No, it's alright. There's no point. They're going to get annoyed with the refocusing. But... you get the idea that you can, there's all the detail, all his wires, all the little buttons, all the things on the side of his leg, all done with green. All right, so let's just carry on a little bit with this. Because all I want to do is I just want to make this seamless. And I couldn't put this on the model and then put this in the oven. Poor old Baby Yoda. Can you imagine putting Baby Yoda in the oven? Baby Yoda's life. This pop is so big that if any of you have had a newborn baby recently, you could buy this pop, take the spring out of it, put your baby's head in it, and then you've got the best looking baby on earth. So now I've got it roughed right round it. It looks really, really messy. Some water on my thing. So you can use this like to cut. So we're going to go round and we're going to smooth that joint and we're going to take off the excess as we go round. Make sure I'm on stream. I got an extra pillow today because I'm a bit of a short stuff, and the reason why I was off screen so much last week was I was too low. It just took me too far away from the table as such. So excess is off. So I've got a nice, it's filled the gap, and then with the clay shapers, so my little ones out. There's my little grey one. Okay. So people always wonder about how you smooth green stuff, because metal tools will stick to it. You use clay shapers.
Is that one of your boys?
Is what one of my boys?
Noah DC 26.
Noah! Kaka! It's my... Kaka!
Yeah, you did use loads of green stuff on the Space Wolf Pop as well. Richie C is very right.
Are you? Yeah, the Space Wolf Pop was entirely green stuff. Everything I did on that. So, and green stuff is often like this thing that everyone is terrified of using. It just needs a little bit of demything. And I haven't done anything where I've sculpted anything on stream for a while. It's going to take me maybe 20 minutes now to do all these horns, 20 minutes, half an hour before we start putting on some paint. And this will still be a little bit wet, but I'll get back to the horns afterwards. Okay, so that's the idea. It looks like it's not neat, but it's really smooth. Okay, it's really smoothed out now. No props fan, loving it. Hello, my bruv, I love him so much. When are you guys going to put me in a big group Delapina chat, please? Because I miss you boys, and I don't like not being able to talk to you all as a group. So sort that out really, really soon. Okay, let's do some more. I'm making baby Darth Maul. Yeah, man. So my family are all a bit geeks. My brother's a massive geek. However, he's into the wrong star. You know what? We won't mention it on this stream, right? Because I ain't painting it. It is disgusting. There's clearly reasons. There's something wrong with my brother in some sense. But yeah, they're all a bit geeky. They all like their Marvel and their this, that and the other. So it's good to know. It's all genetics. So this one's not needing nearly as much filling. No, I love you, man. I love you, man. Tell your brothers if they just push the notifications button or the like button, they'll always get a hit up when we go live. Thank you, Noah. So, how have you all been? You know, those of you in the chat, don't be quiet. Talk to me a little bit. If you'd like to ask me any questions about what I'm doing, please do. And I'll answer them specifically. Like if you're working on a little project and there's maybe something relevant as to what I'm doing to your project and you'd like a bit of advice, that's why I'm here. Otherwise, I'm just going to be talking to myself. I'm always talking to myself realistically because none of you really talk to me, but no. Come on, this is my bit of social time.
Oh, I love you. Missing is humble servant. That won't be necessary.
It's my brethren. What are you saying, Andreas? All the way from Iceland or somewhere where they sell frozen products. It's something like that. He is just such a ridiculously talented painter. I don't want none of your pictures, please. Thank you, Andreas. I was sick of you self-promoting. Sweden, that's it, mate. That's it. This guy, he's talented. He's an amazing X-Wing player, and he's got a bang-tidy wife. Do you know what I mean? It's just not fair. Do you reckon he even knows what bang-tidy is?
I'm sure he can work it out.
Are you going to go to Worlds next year if it's on, Andreas?
He's been working on some Necromunda.
He's been working on Necromunda?
And he said, oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I really want to go next year, and it's going to cost me a lot because I'm going to take Scarlet, and I don't intend on playing in too many big events that will win me a ticket. I'm really not feeling the, you know, what's going on in X-Wing at the moment. This massive, everything's like 17 ships on a table and you only have so many turns. So, but I have so many friends made out of this amazing hobby from all around the world, and I'm blessed enough to know that I'm blessed enough to have exposure through my exploits in X-Wing and Simeon's exploits and what I do with my model making. So to go over and see everyone is really all I want to do next year. Love to bring my girlfriend with me and Scarlett and my little bounty hunter bodyguard behind me, because, you know, we always need a little bodyguard, everyone. So I'd love to see you out there, bro. And let's hope they do it in the same place, because I want to go to that cafe again for the best pancakes and breakfast and the funniest waiter, the funniest chef. He's a legend, man. Andreas, Why is his name so invisible there? It's because of the colour of my background, isn't it?
No, it isn't. It's because his is still green.
Andreas, if you know how to do it, would you mind changing the colour of your name to something that's not green? Because basically, it's invisible to me. If you can, no stress. James worked out how to do it the other day. So can you see what's happening? So I'll put it on rough, and then when you apply the pressure with moisture, it smooths it and takes off what you don't want. Right? So you get this great little fill, and it's smooth edge, and it won't show up when I paint it that I've filled it. Right? So we're going to be having one of my friends 3D print me a lightsaber hilt for this little guy as well. I'm going to try and do a mini Darth Maul lightsaber to go with it. I may even, at that point, because it's such a big model, put the blades on it. Oh. No, that's too much work. I was thinking about lighting it. Kay, are you in the chat? If Kay's in the chat, maybe Kay could help me light his lightsaber. If not, what I'll do, Josh might go to Nanny this weekend. Noah, like, you need to tell Joshua to get in touch with me, because if he doesn't come and see me, I'm going to break his legs. Okay? And tell him that's Uncle Love, but it's the truth. Alright? I'll come and get him if I need to from London.
Good American diners are worth the trip.
Oh, mate. What was that? Good Archnin. Dude, right? Archnin. We were in Minnesota, right, Al?
Yeah.
And it is this American. It's a really famous. What was it called? What was it called, Al?
I want to say something along the lines of Mix or
Mickey's.
Yeah, that's it.
I love you for remembering that. It's called Mickey's Diner, and it's been in films. It's been in. Stephen Fry did this thing where he went around America in a black cab, and he went to this diner, and it is filthy.
Yeah, there you go. Look, Mickey's is famous here in the States. Yeah.
Right. So it's absolutely minging in there. The grease coming out of the air filters and all of that. But it had the funniest chef. Well, I can't remember his name. Keith. If you're ever in there and you ask for Keith. And Keith is the most... Oh, man. He made us laugh so much. Most of it was because of how funny he thought Simeon looked. Yeah. And that he wasn't sure whether he was a boy or a girl.
Or that we just abuse everybody who walks in through the door.
And it was just such a great experience. And the food is ridiculous.
Grease is the prime ingredient for any diner.
Oh, man. And they did the best waffles and pancakes.
I kept buying the same thing just because I was still blunt. Like, the portion size was an issue. I could probably share that breakfast between me and 7 other people.
Yeah, I mean, when you had the omelette or the whatever, it was like it used to come on a shovel. There was so much of it.
Exactly.
But what an experience.
It was wicked.
Okay, so we are getting there. That's 3. We've done 3. 3 to go. Dang it, I missed that cafe. Well, you won't next year, bro. If you go next year, we will 100% be eating together. So for me, I love playing X-Wing, and I ain't going to lie, winning a big event like I won, or watching my son win the event he won, was a life memory that will never ever leave me. You know, and I wouldn't swap money to get rid of those memories, but the real joy of X-Wing has always been the after party, right? Where we go and we eat and we drink and we laugh, and it doesn't matter what you rolled, and it doesn't matter, you know, none of it matters anymore, because we're all people, we all love Star Wars, we got our own little stories, we eat food together, and it's just the best. And you make these friends that, yeah, they become lifelong friends, all from playing a silly little geeky miniatures game. And we're really blessed to have that in our community. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's hard to find that kind of interaction with strangers that ends up putting you like as good friends, you know. It's so fleeting normally when you meet people. I'll be looking Yes. Yeah. Sif Panda. Totally. Lewis had an event on this weekend, just gone, but I couldn't go because I was still on lockdown then. But yeah, the social side of X-Wing is really been hard this lockdown period, and since we've all been confined to our houses, not being able to go and see my friends. When we were touring Vermont, could have fed a family of 4. Yeah, it was ridiculous, man. The food, the size of the portions, and Mickey's was like really reasonable as well.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say about when we've been to Worlds, we were always under the misconception that food and that sort of stuff in America would be cheap, but it's not. It's really expensive when you like do the maths of what we're getting on the exchange rate and what we earn compared to their wages. So when you go out and you're spending £40-50 a person to eat at a restaurant, it soon adds up when you've been there 10 days, especially when there's 2 of you. So, but Mickey's was wicked, man. You could really eat for kind of really decent money. And the experience of being there was just something else. And it's open 24 hours, Mickey's. So if you were hungry at 4 o'clock in the morning, you could go and get food.
We did.
And we did.
After I ran about 5 miles around the stadium.
Looking for people.
Yeah. What a night.
It was so good last year.
Yeah. I just from the get go, like we stepped off the plane and it was wicked.
Yep. Proper diners are always 24/7. If you want cheap and decent Ponderosa, okay, Paul. Paul's a big Disney fan. Paul and his wife, and I know they like to go a lot over there, so he's got a bit of an insight. You should come to Worlds one year, Paul. And then you can have Americans take the mick out of you as well. He knows I love him, really. Hey, Dalton! I love you, Dalton. I miss you, Dalton. So, guys, you know who Dalton is. Dalton is the guy that streams on ProTech, who is my best friend. And if we're not streaming on this channel, you will find Mr. Dalton streaming through ProTech. Yeah, no, dude, man. There's never a need to explain. Love you, bro. I know how much work you get up to. Look, Lee, I decided to paint Baby Yoda that wasn't green.
Yeah, you know what? I think Lee would appreciate this a lot.
Oh, Lee will be like, oh my god, I want this. Yeah, do you know, Lee, man? I was proper upset. So depressed last week about it. Spent the whole week trying to sort it out so that we've got...
My hair used to be longer before that stream.
Let me get on there. Ulfric! Look at Ulfric's emoji, man. It's got Jar Jar Binks, and someone else has got Darth Vader a minute ago.
Wicked.
Is that a new Twitch pack or something?
I don't know. And for somebody that uses Streamlabs to like run a stream, I know nothing about Twitch chat.
Okay. We are getting there, guys. I know this is a little bit tedious, but I've got to do the work, right? I don't want to make everything on my stream Blue Peter, where here's one I did earlier, and just talk you through it. I know I shouldn't spam your stream, but it's been so long since I did it, almost feels like I have to. And it's not even model. It's a tray to carry my Orlocks around. Oh, dude, send us the picture, bro. I was only joking.
Oh, that's Baby Yoda. Or is that just a really sad Yoda?
What are you talking about?
There's Ulfric's little banners. Look, there's a ProTech hype. Oh, these are all ProTech emojis.
What?
Yeah, I can hover over them and find out what they are. And ProTech Jar Jars. Lee obviously knows how a stream chat works.
I painted an Aussie gunship once that Lee believed looked like Jar Jar Binks. Do you remember?
Yeah. I think he believes most things. That
Look like Jar Jar Binks.
You remember the Razor Crest?
Yeah.
That was Jar Jar Binks. Wrongly.
No, but you still thought it because it was a big running joke. I know who had it. I think it was you that pointed it out, and then it just stuck, didn't it? Okay, we're getting there. Nearly done this one, then just one more to do. Has Andres sent you some pictures?
Just waiting.
This time, when he sends you pictures, remember like last week, don't make it as big as my head.
Yeah, no worries. Fix it.
Yes. All right, okay. We drove past there the other day, and I had cold sweats.
What, G-Dog?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah, man.
And like Scarlett was like, "Are we going to go in?" And I was like, "No."
We didn't even hit the car park.
We didn't even hit the car park.
I'm pretty sure I saw Lee at Warhammer World one day.
What, Lee Dalton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine you did. When I first met Lee Dalton, it was at Beanie Games.
It was that weekend, yeah, see?
It was at Beanie Games, and he come up to me, and I'd never met Lee, and he walked up to me and he went, "You're George Delapina."
I was like, no, not. Who's
What?
asking? What?
I was like, "What? How do you know who I am?" And like, this was when we just started playing X-Wing. No one knew who we was. We hadn't won anything like that. But Lee was a big fan of mine when I used to work for Workshop, and I was in White Dwarf and all of that sort of stuff. And it was so flattering that someone remembered me, because it was a good 10 years that I hadn't worked at Workshop, or I hadn't been in White Dwarf. And he proper loved my stuff, so I loved that. I'll never forget that day, Lee. I was well chuffed, man, that someone remembered what I did.
You go, look, Ulfric's throwing up his hyper crowns because you're on the final horn. Of course, Lee's got a decimator emoji.
So you got a decimator?
Yeah, man, he's got a decimator emoji.
It's a hype thingy bob.
Yeah, it's a hype.
Just in the process of selling my copies of White Dwarf, I have issues going back to about 1978. Hope you're not selling none that I'm in, dude. I mean, that's just wrong. That should be coffee table stuff.
I mean, we still got some that you're in.
I've got a good few.
Yeah.
When we cleared out Warlords, I found a load of them that I'd forgot I was even in. Yeah, Weekend Bedlords. So unfortunately, the glorious store that was Weekend Warlords has now become a bed shop. It's very sad. Very, very sad.
Quite a nice bed shop.
I don't care whether it's a nice bed shop. Yeah? I know it's not a nice game store where people went and had great weekends together.
Yeah.
From the ashes, the phoenix will rise again. I promise. Might not be in this country, but it will rise again. Weekend Warlords International. Can you imagine now?
Yeah, man.
One in every country in Europe. Oh, man.
We could do that.
Tournaments that are fun. In every country.
Well, hey. Alright. I've got Andreas's tray.
Okay.
I mean,
Is it ridiculously good?
It's really nice, man.
Great. No pressure then. Just put something incredible on my stream, so I really have to live up to it. Come on, let's have a look then.
Resizing it and moving it out.
But we're leaving Europe. Oh my God.
It's just perfect.
Just
Like-
piss off, Andreas.
Hey man, don't swear on stream.
That was not swearing.
No, swearing enough.
Is it?
Yeah, man. You wouldn't be happy if Scarlett said it.
Yeah, but I'm 44. I can say it. That's wicked, man. What? I was looking at that.
Sorry, man. I put it back.
Give him back. Give him back. The chain is non-metallic metallics. I love you so much. Dude, what did you do with your rust? Your bottom right-hand corner. What were you using for the big rust patches? Love the big rust patches. Very talented, Andreas. Ridiculous. Yeah, a little bit too talented for my liking. I agree with you there. Do make that as big as his head. We need to see it bigger. Man, that is ace. It is amazing, huh?
It is.
Yeah, Andreas is ridiculous. You've all seen his work on Facebook. You know how good he is. And he's such a nice guy. Just makes it impossible to have anything but love for the man.
We do make that.
You what?
I was just reading some of the chat that I missed. The rust is Vallejo Game Color Smoky Ink, GW's Skag Brown, and then GW's Fire Dragon Bright.
Write that down now.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going to remember, but that all sounds like stuff I need to buy. So I'm just going round with my clay shaper, making sure things are nice and smooth. So water's your friend when you're using these clay shapers and you're smoothing green stuff.
Stiff with the paint, not brush it on to get that random patter. Cool.
Random patter.
Teachers.
Yeah,
Teachers
so
us to
if
paint.
anyone's got any questions about painting, put them in the stream and Andreas will answer them and I'll carry on working. This is works for me, dude. I can concentrate. So, Baby Maul is starting to happen, right? He's getting there. Now, do I want to play with these horns a little bit with my knife? I might do a little bit. Thank you, Andreas, for sending that in. So as this is dry, it carves really nice as well. Just for anywhere that I'm not quite happy, or I want to increase the angle of the dangle, if you know what I mean.
Is that FIMO?
Who's that?
Lee.
Yes, that is FIMO, darling. I couldn't get any Super Sculpey, or I'd be using Super Sculpey. And I needed something that dried really quickly. And using it green in this large quantities is a nightmare. It's just too much. Happy with that, happy with that. A little bit here. So those of you that watched last week's stream saw I put up a picture of a cake topper I did for my niece, and I used Fimo to make that. I did end up painting it all, but I did use Fimo. Let's get some of the green off his ears. I might have to give this another little undercoat in a minute. Right, let's get it cleaned off my dirty hands. Right, also what I'm going to do, if I can find it. So this is just a sanding pad that I get from B&Q, or any hardware store do the same. It's foam, it bends. Oh wow. Hello my darling. Thank you for those kinds of Rasta and Beatrice. Also started a monster for Necromunda. Used a toothpick as a brush to do the scales. I hate you, man. Even my beautiful brothers. Just popping in to say, hey, it's been a crazy day at work. I have and I ache like mad, so I'm going to try and get an early night. Oh, dude, I love you, man. You got to come round to my house soon, bro. I'll come get you. I'll cook your food. I'll give you a back rub. Whatever you need, dude. So all I'm doing is just going round them where I've just been carving out, just to make sure it's nice and anything I'm not quite happy with. I have actually got some better. Come on, lucky draws. Where did I put that?
What are you looking at?
I had some sandpapers.
Are they not in the tool drawer up by you?
No, special modelling sandpaper. No, dials. Nope. I don't know where all that went. Where did that go?
Yeah, I thought it was up in one of them.
No. Oh well, I got too much stuff, Al. That's the problem, man. I forget where I put it. Okay.
Fish in a bag would be phenomenal.
If it's what?
So he says he'd love to be there. Food in the back rub would be phenomenal.
Anytime, salty. Let me just clean that off. So on something this big, any little impurities, it's worth going over with these sanding pads. I will get my gloves on in a minute when I start painting and get rid of all this schmuckus that's on my bench.
Love going on for salt. That's good.
Salt is amazing. I know this is a bit boring, but this is actually what I do. So, what?
I'm just laughing about like the amount of times I've walked in through the door of the man cave and he just sat there sanding the same thing. Okay.
Okay. Right, let's get a little bit of colour on these, just some black. Okay, airbrush time. Nice and quick. I'd probably rattle can this if you lot weren't watching.
Yep.
But let's turn me up a bit. But let's find some black. That's green. That's not black. That's black. Man, is that the end of my black? That can't be the end of my black. That's black 2.0. 2.0L. Is that black? That's black, isn't it? Air black, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a Games Workshop Air because I haven't got any Vallejo black left. I've got a tiny little bit.
I'm just gonna fill up your water. I didn't even think about that because we had a fire.
Okay, so this is what I do with GW Air to make it a bit easy. And Lee's repurposed these. I cut this at the back so you can get the lid off completely. Shake it. Now I broke it because then you get it in the lid. Get that bit in your brush. Let's get a little bit in there. Because otherwise the lid just gets in the way with those things. Okay, let's get some gloves on and let's do some work. I think you want one that is free from the airbrush. Oh really? I used to get all my stuff at the store. Now the store's gone. There's only ProTech to go to. So the reason why I'm washing my gloves is they're powdered gloves. You can get non-powdered latex gloves. I don't want too much powder over my work. And a pair of glasses would be good. Dude, I promise I'm coming to see you. And the beautiful Brigitte is coming to see me in October, and if everything goes to plan and she gets to stay as long as she thinks she might be able to, or have to, we're going to come see you, dude. We'll take you out for lunch. So if I was not streaming, I would have waited for the green to go off properly. But I'm very much doubt I'm going to get on these horns in this show. In fact, I know I'm not. This is not going to be a quick paint job. I haven't even got a clue as to how I'm doing his markings yet. I think I'm just making it up as I go along.
Seen it, the chat show?
No, I'm not.
Right, airbrush question.
Yep.
I've seen an ad for an airbrush that has a compact compressor attached under the gun itself. Are they any good?
No.
Big shortages in the Vallejo stock apparently. He said, yeah, we can't get stock.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, no, that advert, I think you might have seen it on Facebook. It's for doing like girls' nails and that. It's not for model making.
He says I expect a visit after your lockdown.
Yeah, I said yeah, definitely.
And Mr. Stanza says guest star on the stream in October then.
Who? Oh yeah. Well, we'll see.
October's a busy month.
October is a busy month.
lots,
I have the best birthday in the world in October.
Yeah. It's also fake. The bloke painting is using a badger round brush.
Yeah.
Well, that's that debunked then, isn't it?
It's like, so if you're looking at getting into airbrushing, your minimum spend on your brush is going to be about 80 quid. You can get some great... Did you tip out my water?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
and then
what'd
I
you do
refilled
that
your
for,
water.
man? I need water in there.
Well, because it was all like different coloured paint, man.
Yeah, it don't matter. That's what makes painting so beautiful. There's all the
Right,
different
okay.
colours.
I won't try and help you again, man.
Oh, don't be like that, Al, or I'll just give you such a slap. You're not too big for me to put over my knee. Iowata. My first brush was like an £80 brush, and I have had small little compressors, but I wouldn't recommend it. If you can afford a decent compressor, it makes such a big difference with water trap, pressure control, all of that sort of stuff. If you're serious about airbrushing and want to use it for really, proper model making, a good compressor's key. I use an Iowata professional. It's an expensive compressor. It's about 300 quid, 400 quid. But you don't have to lay out that much money. But I wouldn't. Those little like piston ones that you get really cheap, they break within a few weeks of using, because it's just a single, it's a continual run. This has got a big tank, so it's not always running. It makes quite a big difference. So all I'm doing now is just making sure my black is black all over, and we're gonna do some stuff in a minute.
Then we get Andreas has stuck the picture of the big Necromunda monster that he painted there.
Is he going to send it to us?
It's there. I'm just gonna grab it quickly.
Is it as bad as his normal work?
It is super cool though.
So I'd like to apologise for what you're about to see. The guy's not very good at painting, and we only show his stuff purely to humour him, because he lives in such a tiny country where they eat a lot of fish.
The toothpick and stuff. They eat a lot of fish in Sweden.
Well, I would imagine they do. I don't actually know.
I thought it was about meatballs.
Meatballs. They eat a lot of meatballs and hot dogs.
So do we. Yeah,
We
when
do.
we go to
We
IKEA.
go to IKEA. You're absolutely right. Okay, let's dry that off, because that's all right. Hair dry time. Sorry.
While your hair drying, I'll
Put the picture up. Oh, what an arse. Seriously, can you make that bigger? Make that bigger.
Right, yeah.
People need to see
No
that.
worries.
That's ridiculously good.
It's going to cover the screen.
Yeah, it's fine. Cover the screen. Holy Moses.
Yeah, I'll show you after the stream, a big picture. Oh look, Kay has arrived.
Kay! Dude, that's incredible.
So you can see where he's used the toothpick.
Yeah,
to
totally
really
can
get
see
in
where
there.
he's used the toothpick.
So cool. Look at his little bug head.
Dude,
So
you
good.
are sick, man. We got to get Andreas on one stream to teach me how to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me.
All right, Al, that's enough. So, he's looking wicked already and ain't got no paint on him. Look at baby Mo. He's so cool. Right, wait a minute. I've got to clean my brush. And then I need to look at a picture of what Darth Maul looks like. No, but it's got to be exact. I need that pattern. And then I need to work out which way round I'm going to do this, because I wasn't sure when I even looked at the project. I haven't had enough time to think about it, whether I'm going to go black or red with the brush, or how I'm going to pull this off.
Did you see Lee?
What?
Built himself
Fix my mate's cheek brush, knock off thing, but I managed to shoot the needle out. Lee, man, you stabbed yourself.
Yeah,
What?
that's not the aim of the stab.
That's not the aim.
No.
It's not how you stab.
He wasn't raised right.
You weren't raised in the hood, man. How the hell did you shoot it into your leg? Did you not have... No, I can't even... Did you... What? How? So when I clean my brush, for those of you that have not seen this, I use a squirty bottle. I blow it out. I scrub out all the old paint. I do not blow through until all of that is out of my pot. And then I do it again. It's like the pressure in this, you can see like it blasts out the rubbish. Then you get a clean chamber. Then you blow through. If you blow through with dirty water, you will clog your needle, you will clog the nozzle, and you just spend longer taking your airbrush apart. So, okay, let's have a look. I have a picture somewhere here. So that's all black around there. Let me go back. So, we got to give him red eyes for a start. We do need to give him red eyes, definitely.
Sure.
Darth Maul's ears black.
No, Darth Maul's eyes are yellow.
I'm not making them yellow. Darth Maul's ears black, Alex, in that photo. That
yeah.
one.
That one. I mean, that's a grayscale photo, bro.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
They're
Darth Maul's
black.
ears are black in that one. Black in that one.
Oh god, he's really ugly in real life, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
not
but the
cute
chibi
at all.
one looks wicked.
Okay, so let's work out what we're going to do there.
Do you want your Darth Maul dial cover?
Did I do one?
Yeah, man.
I forgot I did one of these. Yeah, let's use that. There's a much better representation. So here's my Darth Maul dial cover. Don't know if you guys remember that. These are, I used to produce these. I still do. You can get them at ProTech. Very limited stocks though. Okay, let's try something like that. So I've got to do a thing over thing, black here. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting on this black with the airbrush before I start putting on any red pattern. So let's go for a super dark grey. I might actually mix one. Okay, so I've got these little shot glasses.
All for it, perfect timing.
Perfect timing, all for it. Thank you very much. So let's have a look at these. Al, where are my greys here, mate?
Great. I mean, surely you can see those.
No, I can't see any of them.
So you got blue greys along here.
Have I got any really dark greys?
Really dark. It's probably your darkest. That's like a battleship. Or
So this is Mech Standard Grey, Games Workshop colour.
yeah, that's one up from it.
What, lighter?
Yeah.
No, this is fine.
Wolf grey, anyone?
No, too light, unfortunately. So there's some black. Let's get a little bit of this grey in that. What are you laughing at then?
Okay, send me a meme.
It's airbrush thinner. So I've got really dark grey. I'm going to use this first, then I'm going to use the other grey. The actual, this base colour grey that I've just used without mixing it, but I'm going to start with this first. Now all I'm going to do is just put some rough highlights where the black area is. Go on, tell him. Go on, what have you got to tell me? Is it rude?
Yeah,
Do you want to whisper it?
it's not rude. I mean, it's kind of. I don't think it can go on a PG stream. But if you turn around quickly,
Hold on a second. Let me just get this in there.
you can see it.
It is funny, Kay. But no, we can't put that on a PG stream. Kay, we was talking about you earlier because I'm painting big baby Darth Maul, right? I've got the body, right? Oh, Jesus. I've got this thing, the body. And I'm going to speak to a friend of mine who is going to 3D print me Darth Maul's lightsaber. But if I was to do like the clear acrylic ends, how hard would it be for you to show me how to light it? Or should I just paint it and do a lighting effect? But I think it'd look even cooler if it was LED'd up. Get in touch with me, dude, and we'll have a chat, yeah? There's no rush because this is going to take a couple of weeks to do this project. That's going to be super. Right, so let's start. Look how I got his head. Aww. Oh, little baby Yoda. Right, you can use Vallejo Thinner's medium instead of airbrush thinner. Can you use Vallejo Thinner medium instead of airbrush thinner? Yeah, it is. It's the same sort of thing. Airbrush thinner, and I've got flow improver as well. Personally, my favourite medium is Liquitex airbrush medium, and it's like milk, and it works with every single brand of paint. It's really great, and I use it on the brush as well. Let me turn down my pressure now. Okay, so now I'm running at just under £20 of pressure. Dead easy, like super easy. Something that size you can do standard. 3mm LEDs and an AA battery pack. Alright, sweetie pie, we need to talk then, darling. We need to talk.
So have you decided not to build your Falcon now?
No? What do you mean? Like my Lego Falcon?
Yeah, well, because it was going to be a project we were going to do.
We are definitely doing the project.
That's rocking towards Christmas.
But yeah, that is definitely rocking towards Christmas. Where's my dial cover gone? There, okay. Start to see the grey build up. It's pretty dark.
It's very dark.
And I'm working pretty far. You start to see a little bit in the light what's happening. I'm gonna just pull out some of these ridges. I'm not sure if they're going to be covered up just yet. So certainly working on something this size with an airbrush is much easier than working on a little thing with an airbrush.
Army Painter released an amazing airbrush medium. I use it on everything now.
Lee,
Thinner with flow improver.
is this Lee?
This is Lee.
Yeah, he told me about it. He says he loves it. sorry, was off stream then. I know this is a bit dark, right, and you're going to struggle to see it, but I'm going to go in with some lighter grey. It all adds. If you go too quick, too hard. Clean the tip. So dry tip, you always get paint build up here. You need to get it off. Is red. That's all going to be red here. Okay. So I'm doing like these lines. It's a bit hard to see because there's some creases in the model. As we start to build, you'll see what it's doing. It will start to create a lot of interest. And his ears are like a big. Who's that? What's that audio? Shall I answer it? I'm going to answer it. Hello? Kaka! Who's that?
It's me, Joshua.
Joshua, I'm streaming live to the world.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. They can all hear you, Joshua. This is one of my nephews, everyone. He's like a giant boxing lunatic, this guy. I love him. Joshua.
Yeah,
I will
I have a question.
go on.
Yeah, if I wanted to come to England this weekend,
Mhm.
and it would only cost me £15.
Mhm.
But
But
what about quarantine?
how long are you planning on staying for?
Like 3 days, 4 days?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think you might have to stay 2 weeks.
Oh fuck.
Oh, no.
Not on
Right.
stream.
Joshua, listen. I'm going to carry on with my job and I will call you back. Can I call you tomorrow?
yeah, sorry.
It's all right. I love you. Kaka.
Kaka,
Kaka. Bye, baby.
relax.
I will. I relax. I'll speak to you soon.
I'll speak to you soon.
Bye, darling. Love you.
Bye-bye. Love you.
I love him. I'm Uncle G, everyone. It's the best thing in the world. And he calls me uncle as well. I really like that he calls me uncle. They don't have to call me uncle. They can all call me what they want, but I like that he calls me Uncle G. It's very cool. Right, let me carry on. I'm getting all schmuckus on my guy at the back. Let's get you off. Yeah, sorry about that, everyone, but you know, family comes first and all. Hi, Josh. So I got 3 nephews. They're named Joshua, Lucas, and Noah. And they're my brother's children. And me and my brother are like very, 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 very close. And his kids are amazing, and I love them. And hopefully, when Joshua comes to England, he's going to come stay with Uncle George. That's what I'm hoping. So let me just get my... Where's my big paintbrush gone? Let me stick that in Baby Yoda's head. Sorry, Baby Yoda. I'm just going to put him off camera a second, because I've got a stand here for him. And I need to just clean the tip of my brush because it was spitting. And I am going to... Let's see what we've got. I'm not going to bother cleaning because I'm being lazy. I'm just going to put some of this in now. So this is Mech Standard Grey, or Standard Mech Grey. I don't know. All my labels fell off and I wrote them on. If you believe that, you believe anything. So let's give that a mix and a part. You can use the blowback mix method, but you need the cap on. And then I'm gonna... There you go, you see the colour change as I got rid of the old paint. I always test that on my hand. You can have a bit of paper or something like that if you prefer it. Mechanica Standard Grey. Thank you, Lee. I'm not up on all the new names, so it's just there, just making sure things are dry. Okay, now let's start again. Now this is a lighter grey, so a little bit more control. So what I'm doing with the eye, let me explain, right? So I'm going to highlight Randy's eyes, then I'm going to repaint that black line, then I'm going to red or, you know, kind of orange with the airbrush in his eyes, so they'll be glowing. But I want to highlight these, I want to get some light on these eyelids. That's the word for them. Give us a couple of bits of that out. 2-3 pieces. Thank you, bro. Because I've only got one hand. Thank you, dude. I'm sorry it's white, everyone, and I know it reflects a little bit, but I'm putting it down and I'm picking up dirt, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to get dirt on him now. So let's have a good play with these ears. Let's leave it there so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's Josh flying in from Italy, no quarantine required. He's Dutch. And I do believe there is quarantine required from Holland.
There is indeed. I've just checked the list of travel.
And I've no idea because Holland was one of the least infected countries in Europe and had like the lowest numbers going. So I have no idea why it's safer from Italy than it is from Holland.
Oh, muy, I love you. Mr. is humble servant. That won't be necessary.
Leon, thank you, Leon, so much. All your subs really keep our channel running. Just check the list. We'll need to self-isolate from Holland. So, B, you're staying for 2 weeks, baby. I wish someone could explain to me exactly how they're working this out. Because I know the Italian numbers are much worse than the Dutch ones ever were. So can you start to see what's happening with the greys now? Okay, we're starting to build up some love. It's just like when you're working on something this big with an airbrush. Oh, Liam, we're doing great, mate. We are safe, thank you very much. We're just getting on with living. Little one's going back to school on Wednesday. She's been off a little bit longer because we came back and she had to quarantine. But yeah, I hope you guys are alright as well. Let's do the back of it. Let's dry. Let's lay him down. So big, so hard. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, Captain Rex, because if you come from England to Holland, you don't need to quarantine in Holland. But if you go from Holland to England, you need to quarantine.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Dutch numbers were so low compared to ours the whole way through. When we were still having 200-300 people a day, they were in single figures, right? So I don't understand the sense in that.
The good news is I can go back to Gibraltar and travel back again with no problems at all.
Who's that?
Me.
Oh, have you just checked that?
Yeah. Oh, I've got a list of all the countries that don't need to self-isolate. Very good. SJ went back to school last week. Last year of primary. Had to fill out secondary school application, scary times.
Oh, they're so cute.
I'm building them tomorrow. We'll be painting them Wednesday.
Who's this?
Ulfric and Leah having a chat. In the chat. Doing chat things.
heavy. So you guys can see what's starting to happen, right? I hope you can anyway. Damn, my hand's caught in his head.
That's not good.
I bet you that's not something you thought you'd hear me saying. Jesus, I've just seen the time.
Yes.
Where has that gone? Okay, I'm going to carry on now, I'm afraid, for a little bit. We're going to be maybe running about 20 minutes or so over time tonight. I hope that's alright with everyone, because we've had a little technical difficulty where we lost the stream halfway and we started a little bit late.
Only 2 weeks until the next swing wave should drop. 25th according to FFC news article.
Who's that?
Mr. Stand Up. New wave of spaceships. Captain Rex says, I'm good till 1.
Was he good till 1?
By 1 o'clock, you'd be asleep, dribbling into the floor.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No overtime taken anyway.
I'm
No, I'm not work bright and early tomorrow.
what time are you working?
10.
Yeah, no. So we're not doing a 1 because Al will die.
Yeah,
And I was up at 6:45, so I'm gonna be dead soon.
Plus, man, the amount of bin fires we had in the past 2 days, I'd like 10 minutes to just chill out, maybe watch a bit of Clone Wars, you know? Me too. Mrs. is working a night shift tonight. I have full control of the remote. I mean, it's lovely that you guys have got all of this time on your hands, but...
Who's this?
Mr. Standard. No, I need to eat. I need to sleep. I need to watch Clone Wars.
I need to eat, I need to sleep, I need to watch Clone Wars. It's like life stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm so enjoying Clone Wars.
I know you are.
It's so good.
He's a big old bugger, isn't he?
I like the fact that while you were walking out the shop carrying it, even the staff member was looking at you like, damn, I want one of those. What season are you on, Alex? I'm on season 5 now. Just trying to think. Everything's kicking off on Mandalore. Right. Maul's taken over Mandalore.
It's then. Okay.
Yeah. The good ones. Yeah. I mean, they've all been really good.
Okay, spitting a little bit.
Like, I think the only time I was feeling a bit meh through Clone Wars was when Tom Krell turned up.
Oh, you didn't like that?
No man, he was just.
He was horrible. Yes, right.
Yeah, he was. No, no need to be mean to any of those clones.
Well, that's what happens
Well,
when
like-
you abuse the Force.
When they killed 99, I was very, very displeased. Mr. Zesters, 2 nights a week. I'm rapidly plowing through. Don't swear on stream. Jesus. Wow.
Oh, that's close to a banning, Paul. Seriously, mate. You're going to push my button? You can't say Trek on this show.
Wow. Said it as well.
Oh, he's pushing his luck with me,
Yeah,
mate.
12-month ban, yeah, exactly.
Seriously, Paul, I will come to Essex and I will find you.
No, you won't. Nobody wants to go
No
to
one
Essex.
wants to go to Essex, you're right.
Wonder if Paul lives near that top secret nuclear bunker that signposted. Google a picture of
Running out of paint.
7 of 9 and tell me I'm wrong. I swear to God, if this is something that's going to offend me, I'm just going to flip the table.
Oh, I'm having a little struggle with my brush at the moment.
7 of 9 is a fictional character introduced in American science fiction animation. It's a person. It's like a cyborg lady.
What is about it?
I don't know, man. I
Does
just
he
did
think
what he
she's
said.
hot or something?
No
Is that what
clue.
he's saying?
No clue at all.
She's dressed in a Star Trek uniform. It just ruins it, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Princess Leia's white robes on Carrie Fisher.
I was
There's just no comparison.
Andreas was like, I was waiting for the Liam Neeson Taken quote, you know. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to find you.
I have a very specific set of skills. More to the point, I know some bloody horrible people in London, Paul. So, and they will find you.
I'm pretty sure I can find some bloody horrible people in Essex. I used to know somebody who lived in a decommissioned nuclear warfare bunker. He threw raves at it. Utterly surreal fun times. Yeah, I'd go to a rave in the nuclear bunker any day. I tried to break into the power station before George stopped me. Not much of a secret if you know about exactly what I was saying, but obviously, you know, they got to signpost everything in their 16. And
I'm Gemma. What's her name? Gemma Arterton.
no, Gemma Collins.
Gemma Collins.
Gemma Collins.
Gemma Collins.
Scarlett does it so well.
Scarlett.
She's not here.
She gone?
Yeah. She went in the house like an hour ago, man.
What?
Yeah.
I saw her come in. I didn't see her leave.
She probably got a bit hungry, a bit thirsty, and she wanted to chat to her mates. And then Ulfric has put something which I'm not even going to take a guess at what language that is.
Please don't talk Klingon.
Is that Klingon?
It's got to be, innit?
I don't know. It's kind of like Dutch to me.
Well, if it was then it looks like Dutch to you.
Yeah, man.
No, there's too many S's in it for a start.
Vulcan.
And not enough J's and I's.
It's Vulcan.
It's Vulcan.
But not Vulcan like Space Marine Vulcan. I think Vulcan like Star Trek Vulcan.
Okay. Oh my god, I nearly knocked the camera down, it's so big. I'm stuck again. Alright. We kind of got there with some greys. I am going to go one stage up with the grey, but I need to put some reds in place.
Just so you can work out where you're going.
Just so I can
highlighting the
work out,
same
yeah, so I'm
for no
just not
reason.
doing work for the sake
Yeah.
of doing it.
I get that.
What I will do,
It means live long and prosper, I think. Oh, that was that whole V sign thing. Just throwing up gang signs. Do you reckon you got enough hard coat to do those eyes? You're gonna have to go out and get more now. Those are really big eyes. You're wrong, Rex. She aged well, like us too. She has a few lines, but still fine.
Do you know what I might do, Alex? Instead of starting on the reds,
Yeah.
because it's quite late, I might do the eyes.
Cool.
So. Okay. Let's try that little bugger up. Take him off screen for a minute while I'm going to clean my airbrush and change colour. I'm going to mouthful of my drink. And so let me tell you again about our giveaways tomorrow. Tuned in tomorrow for an X-Wing stream. We're going to play a game and we are giving away Inferno Squadron Damage Deck and Inferno Squadron, all 4 pilots. Proper FFG promos, so please come back for that tomorrow. And at the end of the month, on the last Monday show, we are going to be giving away this lovely guy. It's on one of my streams. It's very hard to focus because we've set the camera for big things, but if you go back you can find the streams where I paint this over a couple of episodes. I'll be giving that away to the highest, one of the top 5 highest donators this month. Also, if you haven't subbed or liked or pushed the notifications button, whatever it is, I'm not really sure, please, please, please go and do that for us. And if you can, support us at Rasta Mace Painting Patreon. That would be amazing. Right, let's change colour. I've done that now twice. No more housekeeping from me for today. I've been good and did it. Oh yeah, and like the Weekend Warlords page or like the Rasta Mace Painting page. We'll start putting content through that in the next week or so. Al's going to be taking over on admin duties because I am poop at it. Al,
Yeah.
I'm going to go dark red.
Okay. I thought you were doing nice.
Yeah, dark red. Then I'm going to go up. What
For a second, let me just show you.
No, I don't want real mall.
No, not real more.
Where's my scarlet red? It's my favourite colour, apart from wolf grey. There it is.
So this is Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You can see, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to do that to Baby Yoda. I have to have a little bit of artistic license as well. I don't want eyeballs. I don't want eyeballs and pupils. I don't want pupils, more to the point.
Yeah, I get it.
It's not going to work on Baby Yoda. So this is scarlet red. And we're putting it over black. just air. A little bit more, and then I'm going to up the colour. So whenever you see me work, right, so
Man, you look super evil.
before I started streaming as a painter, I used to, I'm a very OCD person, right? In my life, you should see inside my cupboards in my house. Forget about this mess at the moment, but I'm very OCD, and I always struggled with letting people see my work halfway through being done. I always felt I needed to apologise for it because it wasn't finished. And in my head, I know exactly what it's going to look like finished, but you lot don't, right? So allowing you to see me work the processes was actually a really big step for me when I started streaming, and it's become much easier now as I've got more used to doing it. But it really is, I do struggle still with what I'm doing. I almost want to click my fingers and show you the finished article because I feel like the in-betweens are almost embarrassing, right? But I'm trying to teach what I do, and you have to see the progress. One of my strongest talents is my visualization ability. I've had that ability when I do interior design or when I work with my art. I can see things finished, and it's very hard to explain to people what I see in my head, and that's a big part of what you're doing. So what I'm showing you is technique based, and a lot of the times when you're painting, as you go through technique, you get to a point where you're like, oh, it don't look great. But you must know that you have to go through certain stages to get it to where you really need it. Let me just clean again. That's the wrong brush. Where's my little brush? There it is. And so for those of you that are wondering, in the next show when I'm painting, I may well stream 3 times this week, we'll see, because we're doing the second game, but the next time when I'm painting, when I put on the red, I'm going to put it on with a brush, right? I'm going to put on the patterns, and then I'm going to try and highlight those patterns with the airbrush, even with the black, because this is such a big model. We should be able to do that freehand without getting too much problem on the black. So let me... I want to go up a colour or just mix in a pot. No, let's go up a colour completely. So let's have a quick wash, 2 seconds. So now as we start getting lighter, you've got to be careful. You don't want to overdo it, because we do need to keep this guy looking a little bit moody. But it's baby Darth Maul, so we want him to be a little bit cute too. I don't want to go too high. Don't want to go too cartoony, too extreme. A bit of a match to the other Yoda I did, obviously, that you can't see, but that sort of more realistic thing. And he's so big at the moment that if you went cartoony, it just wouldn't work. Hello, my darling. Damn, you stuck there. Right, so let's have some... bloody red. It's not me swearing, it's what it's actually called. this is really bright. See how bright that red is? What are you tutting at?
I'm chatting about his terrible choice in music.
Who?
Whoever, next door.
Oh, are they playing music?
Yeah, he's going to be in the garden grunting again.
Turn it off then. Close the door. Turn it off. Go round then.
No, that's what I'm going to do. I'll climb over the fence.
Take a big knife and a baseball bat.
I don't need either.
Okay, we'll just take it anyway. And then just go and play baseball and cut something. Like some bread or something. No, he's not actually going to tell them.
Relax. I don't need to war with anybody today.
It's tomorrow for that.
Exactly. Oh wait, they're trying to see. I did, yeah. What's that?
I didn't see it.
Cool. I mean, it was only like a minute ago.
Damn, keep getting my hands caught. Some furious type in there, Alexander.
Yeah, my phone died ages ago, so I stopped typing on my phone and had to use a keyboard back in school.
Now I want to go. I'm going to change colour. I want to go to like a yellow.
You are safe. We can't hear the music on stream. Yeah. I mean, thank you for that reassurance, but it's just in case Twitch hears the music on stream.
Yeah. And then suddenly
We get banned.
we get banned. Yeah. Get in trouble. Take us down.
Find, destroy,
Lose
set
any
fire
revenue
to
we made.
SWAT team.
So gold, yellow. That's what we're going with. It's going to be super bright, so we're going to do a little bit. And my brush now is starting to feel the effects of being used all night. So she needs a bit of a strip down. So we're kind of getting to that natural stop point anyway. Okay.
to like build a specific display cabinet for it in the front room.
You're gonna have to what?
We're gonna have to build a specific display cabinet for this in the front room.
Damn, my hand keeps getting stuck in his head. So. Okay, do I like that? Am I happy? Yeah, he's quite evil, isn't he?
It's very evil. Especially for a baby.
I think what I'm gonna do is just quickly, I'm gonna get a little bit of black paint. And I'm gonna get my big brush. Where's my big brush?
Babies are evil. I don't know. Don't know if that's true.
So that was a tiny bit of black paint and then loads of water to just soften that out. That'll dry in a sec. That's just water you're seeing at the moment.
How does the air paint taste, man?
I have no idea, mate. I think my taste buds are dead after all the paint I've eaten in my life. I don't know any other way of doing it. A little bit stronger, just as a line-up, just to reinforce that dip. Where's my yellow gone?
Is it?
Oh, thank you, Al.
No.
I don't know if I'm going to like this, but I'm going to try something. We'll see. If I hate it, I'll get it off quickly. So a bit yellow, a bit of white, just playing with little highlights. Ooh, that's very, very yellow. Be careful, George. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Oh, I don't like those bits. Okay, that's going to do for his eyes.
Very nice.
They'll do a little light source from the top. And I'm going to play, as we build the model, as we build the paint job, I'm going to play with my highlights and where I want things. And like, so fettling what you're doing.
Yeah. These are the rust touches that don't show up too well on the stream, but just lift your models into a whole different level when you actually see them in person.
Okay, I'm playing now, and I'm going to keep you all here all night if I carry on. Okay, so I'm going to stop for tonight, just because otherwise I'm going to get in my zone, and you're all going to be here till 1 o'clock. I'm completely falling in love with him already. We are nowhere near finished. In the next show, we will be doing his face markings. So here's where we're starting, right? Here's where we kind of got to today. Sorry, I've got to do something, because he's going to scratch my head otherwise. There's my little brush gone. I need my glasses back on. I'm blind. Okay, happy at the moment until I look at it again and I do some more to it. So yeah, that is part 1 of what is going to be a couple of shows at least. We are looking at doing Maul's markings and his horns in the next episode if everything goes well. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to lay down some of the reds off stream, some of the pattern. I won't do it all, so you can see how I go about freehanding the pattern. Then that red's going to get highlighted. Then we're going to go in and maybe touch a couple of bits of the grey with an even spot, of lighter grey, maybe wolf grey. Got to have it on the model in somewhere. We'll get some nice browns on the horn, because I'm pretty sure that's what colour the horns are on Darth Maul. Where's my Darth Maul? It's brown, right? Well, it's horns. Yeah, they're brown.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some of this business on these horns, and I'm going to do some really nice red highlights on when I put on actually the face detail on him. Then the body is going to be like black fur with a highlight, and then either very dark dirty browns or very dirty greys. It's going to be really dark. I don't want him to be all bright and happy on his clothes. So we'll make that a bit Sith-like, and we'll see if we can sort out a lightsaber hilt for either the next show or the one after, because it's a bit of an ask to have someone make that for me and get it to me so quickly. But we're getting there, right? You can actually see what I've been doing with the airbrush, and if I can explain to you that like all of these kind of highlights are on the little baby Yoda that is for sale. Remember, everyone, the one that I painted last week, and we really struggled to show the green up. He's wicked with those eyes, Al. evil now, but still really adorable. Well, you mean his iconic pink horns? Don't, okay, because you know I'll paint them pink. But it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, at this point, like, people shouldn't be scared to change things. I mean, this is meant to be Baby Yoda, right? Okay, now it's Baby Maul, but I don't see why we couldn't do like a psychedelic paint job on him, or make him a little blue guy or a little red guy, or whatever you wanted. If you wanted to do something like this, I can't believe how big it is. I'm holding it and looking at it on screen and just thinking, look at my hands compared to this head. When, you know, most of the time I'm painting teeny weeny little things like that. Look. It fits in his ear. There you go. Look how big Baby Yoda is, and that's an ogre, everyone. It fits happily in his ear. Right.
In his iconic pink horns.
Right. So yes, remember, private bids. You've got a whole week for this little guy. He's so much better than the camera showing up. You're not seeing any of the green on him or any of the pinks really. He is ridiculously good. Give me a message if anyone's interested. You've got a week to do it. I'll keep that bidding open. This one we're going to come back and carry on with it next week. But tomorrow we are going to be streaming a game. We haven't done that for a while. It's not going to be much cop, I should imagine, because I'm not particularly good at X-Wing anymore. But we wanted to do it because we got some great X-Wing related prizes to give away. You're seeing the pinks and greens in that shot, really? See, I can't see them on my, maybe it's because it's against the black.
Oh, it has improved slightly.
Right, so the green's much greener than you're seeing. You're not seeing the real high greens. And the pink's a little bit muted as well. So some of the shading in the clothes, I did loads of work on the clothes. It wasn't just dry brush. I ended up going back and putting in little lines. It's not... We haven't set the camera to focus in on this stuff today. We've set it to focus on this stuff. But he's ridiculous.
The differences between the two heads.
The Baby Yoda's head can go inside little Yoda's head. Look, it's Baby Yoda looking at that Yoda going, oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Very bad. Right, so, yes, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much to anyone that has donated. Your donations go towards keeping the stream running, and the top 5 donators this month are entered into a raffle to win this beautiful guy that I painted on another stream. If you want to see him better, check out earlier on in the stream where we focused in on him, or check out the streams where I paint him and you can see how many hours I spent on him. So he's going to go to some lucky person at the end of this month. Thank you so much for all your subs today. Thank you for your likes. Please push the like notification button if you haven't. We'll be back tomorrow with a game of X-Wing with some really awesome prizes that have been donated to give away to you guys. So tune in if you want a chance to see that. Please come back and stay tuned, because this is quite an epic project. And I guarantee this is the sort of project I do. I've done a few like this. Thunderbirds, Furry Falcon. It will snowball on the internet once it gets out there. So it's going to be quite a famous piece eventually. And it might be for sale if anyone's willing to offer me the right amount of money, when you kind of get an idea how much time I'm going to put into this and how unique it's going to be. But anyway, thank you, gentlemen. Catch you tomorrow. We're going to ban him next week, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, if he says Star Trek again, kill him.
Yeah.
Right, so thank you. Please get over to Weekend Warlords and Rest the Mace Painting, especially the Warlords page. You'll get all your notifications and you'll get all your ads that when Al puts them up, so you know when we're going. We'll be back tomorrow, and then after that you've got ProTech for the rest of the week, so please come back and support Lee and watch his great painting stream too. Until then, thank you for everything tonight. I love you an immense amount. I will see you all tomorrow. One love. Peace.